Hi everyone. Have you ever gotten one of your very expensive pieces of electronic equipment wet, like a Handycam or a cell phone or something like that? Of course you have. It happens all the time to thousands of people probably across the world every day. And I'm here to tell you it happened to me. Now I have a lot of experience repairing electrical devices because for 15 years that was my job. The part-time job was working and doing micro level repairs on things like cameras and cell phones and all that. And I want to tell you, I saw a lot of cameras and equipment that were ruined by water intrusion. So here's what I want you to do. If you have a piece of electronic equipment like a Handycam that has been, I don't want to say submersed in water, but even then it might be saved if you pluck it out quickly. Okay, the number one thing is do not panic. The number two thing is don't do anything dumb like starting to take a screwdriver and taking it apart and all that, and you're going to misplace and screw up a lot of placement on some very fine components in there. You only got a chance to do this right the first time, so take your time, especially if the device is dear. This is the, as I mentioned, this is a DCR-DV D650 from Sony, and in its day, a pseudo HD quality 720. But in its day, it was state-of-the-art at $550. Doesn't matter, I paid peanuts and got it repaired. I didn't want to lose it because of the great sound, and it takes great pics and great vids. But anyway, what I decided to do was, number one, don't panic. Number two, remove the battery pack off the back, which I did because I had no power on the unit at all, because it was turned on at the time it got immersed in the mud. I removed that power pack quickly. I didn't fiddle around and try to play with it, get it activated again. The number two thing that you want to do after you've removed that power pack is put the unit upside down, open up all the wings, what I call the wings on the side, and this thing had a disc cover where the mini DVD disc, you could write on that instead of a memory stick. I opened up all sides of it. I sat it upside down in the very low humidity California sun for 2 full hours. In the meantime, when I had put the battery on the charger, I noticed that it took a long time to bring it back up to full charge, despite the fact that it was on full charge when I went out to do the filming on the well in the morning. That led me to believe that some water had gotten into the back where the battery slides onto the Sony unit, and it has shorted and discharged the battery, and that's exactly what had happened. So this is why you have to remove that battery quickly, let things dry out, recharge that battery. Now if your Handycam really got wet, how much patience do you have to let that sit out and dry in a very dry environment? You know, some people recommend up to 2 weeks, and if it was a really expensive device and you only had one shot to bring that back, because you know warranty doesn't cover water damage and being dropped into water and things like that, or getting wet inside. You've got to take the shot to thoroughly dry it out before you try to slide the battery pack back on or put the AC adapter cord in to fire her up. If there's the slightest bit of moisture left on that motherboard with all those integrated circuits and things like that, you're going to torch that camera, I guarantee you. So the best thing to do is be patient, keep it in a low, humid, warm environment for up to 2 weeks, let her dry good, put the battery pack to her, flip the on switch, cross your fingers and hope for the best. In my case, having properly diagnosed that the battery had in fact shorted out, I got the battery back on her, got her cleaned up good, and as you can see, she's fully functional and firing away again. Number one, be patient. Number two, dry her out. Number three, make sure your battery is fully charged again before you give it a shot, or your AC adapter is plugged in properly so you're getting juice to the unit. But don't fire it up until it's thoroughly dry. Okay? If you want to see what happened to my Handycam and how bad it gets in terms of potential destruction, you can look down my uploads and see where I did the well repair in there, and you can see how bad the Handycam got blasted with wet, muddy water. Anyway, those are the steps to recover your electronic devices, and I say it's probably a 50-50 shot on recovery, especially if it fell in the water and if you were able to get it out quickly. Mine was water intrusion from the outside, but not under a lot of pressure like being underwater. And I managed to save it, and I'm so happy because I absolutely love this unit. Okay, I hope that helps you to think, to slow down, be cautious when you have an electronic device that gets sprayed with water or hit with moisture or even falls into water. Okay, don't panic. Thanks for watching, and please feel free to rate and comment.